and trucks and shit. You know, these same individuals, when those trying times take place, you're gonna see them curled up in a fucking ball in a corner somewhere, fucking crying their eyes out, man.
Hey, bro, get Zechariah
with a thumb in their mouth, man.
That's right. Get Zechariah 1 and 15. No, 14.
And that's the most I can spiritually. I don't even want to say it. I'm about to say spiritually buck break, but I just say the Lord goes.
Let's just hey, we being wrong because that's what's gonna be happening.
But that's what's gonna happen.
Some buck breaking, and then it's gonna be some you getting your ass ate.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some cannibalism.
Yeah. The Lord goes. Well, I just say spiritually break.
The Lord gonna fuck you and bite you after that.
Yeah.
What's chewing on you after that?
What's that? Zechariah what?
I think Zechariah 1 and 14, I believe.
Okay, Zechariah 1 and 14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me.
No, that's not it. It's like Zephaniah.
Zephaniah 1 and 14.
All right, that's it.
Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near.
It is near, and hasteth greatly.
Yep.
Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man
Shall cry there bitterly.
The mighty man, brother said they're gonna have their thumb in their mouth. They're gonna be crying. All those dudes you walking around, muscles on top of muscles and veins popping out their neck because they so strong. They can move things and lift, throw iron up and all that. They're gonna be crying bitterly.
And that's the ones most like, damn, I want to be with him in that day.
Yeah. And the women they're gonna be like, I'm going with him. Then he get laid out.
Yep. Then he get laid out.
You got
traumatized.
You're gonna want to go with him. You're gonna be starting to see these who the world looks up as mighty, physically that will be considered mighty, getting put to death. But then the spiritual mighty, like let's use an example, our brother Bishop Atazalam in Atlanta, that's a mighty brother. And you know that when you see this brother speak. When you see how he commands when he speaks and how he brings forth this word, that's mighty. What's mighty is how the Most High is dealing with him through the Spirit, dealing with him through the Rakak Kadash, man. To break down these scriptures, to lead men and to show men how you're supposed to be. That's why that brother is in the position he's in, because that's a mighty position for a mighty man that the Most High put in that position. Those are the mighty men that the Most High was talking about. That's the Atazawam that we're looking for in those days. That the women gonna say, I need to be with him because this dude was strong. That man don't seem strong, but I see he's surviving and he's dying. So the Most High is gonna change that. So you ain't gonna glory. You don't glory in being a mighty man. But what does it say? Go ahead.
Okay. Going back. It says the great day of the Lord is near.
No. Go back. We got that.
Oh, okay.
Go back to
Jeremiah.
Because it tells you it's going down. Don't let a man mighty in his wisdom and of the world. Don't mighty in the riches. Don't mighty in your don't glory. I'm sorry. Don't glory in your worldly wisdom. Don't glory in your riches. Don't glory in your strength. The mighty, but it's going to tell you what the glory in. You got it?
Yeah. I'm just gonna read it from the top again. Thus saith the Lord, Jeremiah 9 and 23. Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
So the scripture tell you riches profit not in the day of wrath.
That's right. And you got Jakes that's fucking grinding tooth and nail. What they say, burning the candle from both ends. You know, to get a bag that's what it say in the book of Proverbs. It's gonna with holes, and it also says it's gonna fly away as a
wings.
Riches make of itself wings.
It certainly fly away.
Yeah, like
get that red hole there.
Like the Red Bull.
Man, Proverbs 23, I believe 5.
Proverbs 23 and 5. Yeah, just like that Red Bull commercial.
Yeah. The money goes
the money got wings to it. Proverbs 23 and 5. Yep. Proverbs 23 and I started 3. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat.
Right.
Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not?
Wait, so read that part again, bro. Go back and read that last part again.
Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom.
Cease from thy own wisdom. Lean not on your own understanding, but rather lean on the understanding that's provided by the scriptures. Filter life with the scriptures, and with knowledge and wisdom and understanding will put you on a different level. It's all predicated on what the scriptures are saying. Go ahead.
Cease from thine own wisdom. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not?
For riches certainly.
Certainly means guaranteed. It's another way of saying it's gonna happen.
Bound.
Certainly. Yep.
For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven.
Right. So that's why the scriptures say, if you have that wisdom of the scriptures, not leaning on your own understanding, but leaning on what the scriptures say, you know what scriptures say what? It says, seek ye the kingdom and righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. So if you're seeking out what you're supposed to do with this, what you need monetarily or financially will come your way. The Most High will provide it for you. But if you want to ditch, you know what I'm saying, you got men who found and seen the truth, but yet they want to finish off this course, or they want to, I'm going to go through this, do this and that. They put off the day of the Lord. It says, tarry, the scriptures roughly paraphrase, it says, tarry not to the coming of the Lord. Tarry not to come after the Lord. Roughly paraphrase. You're supposed to follow after this truth, and everything else will be given to you.
Mm-hmm. Going back to Jeremiah 9, yep. I started verse 24. But let him that glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me.
That he understandeth and knoweth the Most High. You understand and knowing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. How? Because he's giving you the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the truth of the scriptures. That's how you know him. That's how you get a relationship. Not just because you know what the scriptures say, but you're obeying what the scriptures say. Man, hold that, bro. Get James.
Last little bit.
Well, you can finish the last little bit, then get James 1 and 22.
And this that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord which exerciseth loving kindness,
judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
Right, he delights in these things. And we know that he exercised those things. And the key point that we emphasize on that is what? The judgment part. That's why the scriptures say, grab the James 1 and 22, the scriptures say what? It says that through the terror, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Because we know that judgment is going to come. You got it?
Yeah, James 1 and 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own souls.
Right. Deceiving your own souls. If you sit there and you do a bunch of lip service, but you don't do what the scriptures say, then you're not a doer of the word, you're just a speaker of the word. Mm-hmm. And you're really a respected person.
Yeah.
And you're a detriment to your own self.
Let me jump up on a verse. It says, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul.
Right, the engrafted word. And we're getting that word handed down from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua unto the apostles and elders onto us. And when we do it, we've entered into their labors, and they're men that enter into our labors. So let's go back to Sirach 31. Start back at 25. And we'll just go down from there. Because you got Jake, like this brother was going there earlier, that you got Jake that all they want to do is party. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, a woman, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she living.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy made a song called "My Girl Want to Party All the Time."
Yeah.
Like that's all. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a woman's spirit, to be honest. Really,
it is.
The reason why Jake liked to party is because women. That's where the women be.
Yep.
Just like church. We know niggas don't like going to church, man.
Man, hell, I thought I was a demon when I was a kid, bro.
Sure,
I hated going to church.
I couldn't
bro.
stay up in church.
I thought something was wrong with me. Like, what is going on with me? Something wrong with me? But it was something right with me.
Mm-hmm.
The Most I knew that I shouldn't have been up in there.
Yep.
And they got all kinds of songs for women. They did girls just want to have fun. All this is for women. Like Cat Williams said. He said, I do things not because I like them. I do it because bitches like them.
Yeah, that's right.
Pardon my French. He said, I got Alizé in my house, not because I like it, but women like it. He said, I got silk satin sheets, not because I like it, but so a woman won't mess up her head messing with him. You know. Mm-hmm. He said, basically, I got these things. Pierre was another comedian say. He said, pimps, they wear the jewelry and stuff because the hoes like the shiny things.
Yeah.
You know, it mesmerizes them. So men do these things because women, they want to be amongst the company of women.
Yeah.
Dog chases the cat.
Yeah, it's like think like a woman.
Yep.
You know, you have these women that have these books, Think Like a Man. Really, a lot of our men of our nation has adopted a lot of women ways. You know, of course, to try to catch women with guile, but really, it takes us away from our masculine pinnacle, man.
Yep.
You know, as a man, you know, which of course we can't be full men on this side. It's fucked up. You know, excuse my French, but it's the truth. You know, you can't even keep your same position, you know, all day every day. You got to lighten your tone. You got to be affectionate, which is nothing wrong with that. Scripture speak about things of that nature. But you know, you got to, and a lot of times in this world, you have to. The word I'm really trying to use is compromise yourself. But I'm gonna get into it.
Hold that, bro. Get Jeremiah 31 and 22. You see, back in the biblical times, in the ancient days, men were the gifts. Women, I mean, it's like if men were the prize, women's a gift to the man from the Most High. Women would seek after the attention from men. That men were the ones who everything was predicated on. Men were the trendsetters. Things that men like, women was go crazy over.
Yeah.
Now the times have turned, so now that women are running things. They're sitting up in Fortune 500 companies, controlling the boardroom full of men, and they're in power, and they sitting up there and they're closing deals. They're getting the big paychecks. They're getting the fame and the fortune. And here you go. You got a woman. You got Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, a song called WAP. It goes viral, and the whole world is on WAP tip now.
Yeah.
Before, it was things that men would set the trend. Men would say certain things, and that would go viral. Now you got women doing these things.
They taking over.
They taking over. Mm-hmm. They taking that position to where they're leading and they're in control and they're setting things. And you know, like me and his brother was talking about the other day. You got women that they'll go to a store called Five Below, and the whole outfit will be like, they'll buy 2 or 3 outfits for $15.
Yeah.
And then turn around and talk about they want $100,000 earner. Man, they got fake eyelashes on, fake hair, fake face.
Yeah.
They take the makeup off. It look like a totally different person. Mm-hmm. You know, they getting fake titties and fake ass. Everything fake, but they want a real man. They want a man that he's got to be a top earner.
Yeah, Tupac had said that in one song. He said fake nails, fake eyes. I forgot how he said it. He said, but you know, I forget how he said it though. Just dealing with the fakeness, man.
Right.
That premium.
They want a real man.
Yeah, but they want a real man. But I'm gonna read this in Jeremiah 31.
But here, let me say this one point too. A woman will have all this on. Their whole outfit will be about the same amount of if you bought them a couple of drinks at the club. Like your pair of shoes cost more than 2 or 3 outfits they got, but they get to belittle you. Mm-hmm. They get to look at you like you ain't worth the time of day. Mm-hmm. They're broke as hell, but they expect you to have what they don't even accomplish.
They expect you to be a major earner.
Yeah.
You know, not just you making $20. They want you to be what they say the 1%.
Kevin Samuel.
Yeah,
Kevin Samuel effect.
All right, this is Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Right. These women are compass a man. And it compass in 2 ways. It's twofold. Compass meaning in stature, as far as like status, mm-hmm. money, and compasses always come around a circle. They do a complete circle. Things are totally different from how they used to be.
Yeah, even how taxes is designed back 2,000 years ago. When you see even Yahweh Shah with Mary and Joseph, his father, when they went to file taxes, Mary wasn't filing the head of the household, man.
Right.
You see, back then, you know, even dealing with our government, it tells you that in the book of Numbers how a man is the head of the household. Mm-hmm. Basically, man, you see, you know, a family's
the pedigree
of the man. All these different things are dictated by the man. Right. But now, fast forward to today, now it's fully up under the vibration of women, and that's why you see it's a strong vibration of women on majority of these men, man. You can see that these men have plainly been raised by their mothers, man.
That was systematically designed by the so-called white man to take the man out of the house by empowering the woman by giving them government assistance, by giving them financial services and assistance coming from the government. We talking food stamps. We talking what's that called? WIC and
Section 8,
Section 8 and welfare and all these things for you to make it in society. They knew that the other nations' women weren't going to leave their man to get that. They knew that they were more powerful with their men to them both get out there and get their grind on. They'll bring more into the house together, stick together. But no, they knew that the so-called black woman, the Southern Kingdom woman, that you're fickle. And all they had to do was dangle the carrot over your face, and you was your buck too fast was gonna bite that carrot. They knew that. They knew that you was gonna want that. Because why? Because you search and seek after the power. You want the power in there. You want to be the head of the household. You want to be the breadwinner. You want to be the one who calls the shots. And so if it had kicking your man out, in order for you to get this from the so-called white man, you did it. That's the women's liberation movement.
Yeah,
the feminist movement. That was all designed to lead you away to destroy the families amongst the black community.
The Willie Lynch letter, when you read that, I think it's Willie Lynch. The whole tactic of the Willie Lynch letter was to break down the so-called black man.
Yep.
All right, as well as it started to carry over to the tribes, but the primary tribes that it was dealing with was the Southern Kingdom, and dealing with mainly Judah. Because Willie Lynch's letter was dealing with slaves mainly in the United States, and and what he first did his trial runs
in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbeans, yeah. So dealing with the Southern Kingdom. So he seen that it was an effective method to break down a man to the point where he'll be highly submitted, to the point where he will never ever buck up against that slave master. Exactly. So he took that letter and he gave it to all the plantation owners, and now these plantation owners are CEOs. Everything went from agricultural to more corporate. CEOs, presidents, these different managers and things of that nature. That same format, whether they know it consciously or most of them might not know it consciously, but the same structure still applies. And one of those main things was what to basically utilize putting the man against the woman. All right. And setting the woman, taking away the man's masculinity. And one of the ways they did that was setting a woman up over the man and effeminizing him and buck breaking. Because what they would say was what? If they could take the strongest, big brolic Jake, muscles on muscles, and they would tie him against a tree, and they would sexually violate him. They would sexually violate him. They would beat the life out of him. And they would make sure that it was like a open event, just like you had these different stadiums where you would have lines of people, droves of people watching, and it would be a 55, 60-year-old Edomite, frail as hell, 5 foot nothing, beating the living shit out of him.
Then they tie him to a tree, and then they'll hit the horse. Wow! Tie him to a tree, or tie one leg to a horse and another leg to a horse. And they would do whatever they had to do to make it, to show the rest of the slaves that this is what will happen to you. You got no power, and that's part of the curses. It said you will have no might.
You have no might in your hand.
You have no assurance for thy life. Thy life will hang in doubt. You won't know. So what would you do? You, like the brother said, you had this 5 foot nothing, fragile, old, weak man talking to you like he 2 times your size and more powerful than you.
Looking like he was supposed to give the spirit up. Damn, 10 years ago, man.
Exactly.
Crinkly and wrinkly. But I'm going to go get into it.
Wait, hold. That's done on the Jeremiah, right?
Yeah, I had a precept.
All right, go ahead.
And I'll go back to this Rock 31 after this. But it's Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Yeah, and just as a side note, this ain't a thing where we just fucking woman haters, man. A lot of individuals are trying to put that card on us like we just hate women. We love women that's in order. Hey, just like Elder Arnott said, we love righteous women, man. But we hate these fucking scandalous, dirty, no good women, sluts. Just like we hate niggas, man. We love righteous men. We love Israelites, the 12 tribes, but we hate niggas. We hate fucking Jamaicans, man. We hate, it's that
like Chris Rock said, I love black people, but I hate niggas.
But I hate niggas, man.
And, like the scriptures say, we judge righteous judgments. So we love, are people that are trying to.
That's an order.
There's an order that's trying to what? To please the Most High. The scriptures say, Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, show my people their transgression. So that's why we're going hard on the women, because they're heavily in transgression, like the brother's reading right now.
And it's righteous passion, man. You know, because we know the status position we're supposed to be in, man.
We used to be in the world.
Yep.
So we understand where they at and where they need to be. And what we're striving to become ourselves.
And do we honestly think that majority of these women gonna watch this and fall in line? Majority of them not. Scripture speak about in Psalms 110th chapter, the 3rd verse, that many shall be willing in that day. The Lord gotta he gotta issue that whip from the heavens upon the asses of our people for them to get right.
Exactly.
You know what we saying? Jake back there. I had this. This is really just edification through the spirit and for us to get this vibration out, man.
Exactly. For those who it's for the ears to let them hear, like the scripture says, he that have ears, let him hear. He that have understanding, let him listen.
Says, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye...
Wait, so like this is his speech right now. We speaking as the mouthpiece of the Most High. He's putting his spirit on us. Tells you that in Proverbs, that he would turn you at his reproof. He will put his spirit upon us. He will lay out his spirit on you by his men. Go ahead.
Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women.
Careless women.
They could care less.
Exactly. Their actions show that they care less.
Their actions show. Oh, you see these different careless women on the internet, man. You'll see them get caught cheating. It'll be a Jake. You know, and as a side note, we don't get caught up into these things. It ain't like, you know, we walk home and, you know, see some do-rag nigga in the bed, you know, with our woman. So now we pissed off and we're gonna speak on it on the street. These are situations that happen with niggas in the world for the most part. But through our passion and understanding, like it spoke about Lot, vexed with the conversation, the filthy conversation. He was vexed with wickedness, man. Through us being vexed.
Conversation.
Yep. Us being vexed, we see these different things. We voice it out. But you'll see these different men. They'll go home and they'll see their woman laying in bed with a whole other nigga, man. And then she won't see. Back then, women will react and bust out crying, man.
No accountability.
Sorry. Oh my goodness.
No remorse. Now
These chicks, they be like,
they get to telling this nigga why they did it.
They get up like, what's up? Yeah, you got it a little
They
early.
justify like, what you doing home early?
That's what
I
they say.
did this because you ain't doing this. Like they get the
And
going off on him.
And the man will get his ass whooped, and he cry back for the woman. This whole thing is, like I said, the turning of things. Everything is just turned upside down, man. So like, what's that show, Cheaters and whatnot?
Cheaters. Yeah, that was the 90s too.
Yeah, he get his ass.
90s, early 2000s.
He ended up getting his ass whooped, catching her cheating like that. She ain't a car.
I know.
Then.
Damn, that's crazy.
But I'm gonna continue on.
Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail.
Yep, the venture shall fail. Your ways are going to come to an end when the Most High start bringing forth the judgment on you. That's why it says many days and years shall you be troubled. It's a reckoning coming. That reckoning is coming. You don't get to. That's the thing about you churchgoers, man. You believe that we under grace. That means you ain't never got to pay the tab. But grace only means you get a certain time period to not default on what you owe. So if you got a light bill and it's due on the 1st, the grace period gives you to the 5th to pay it, or they cutting them off. They don't mean okay you under grace that you don't have to pay it. You got to pay it. So you got to pay that tab. When the Most High send them angels out, they come to collect your soul, because you ain't gonna have spiritual treasures to get you out of that danger. Go ahead.
The gathering shall not come.
Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip ye, and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come upon thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city.
Yeah, because women, you have become the thorn and briar in the house. So, matter of fact, bro, get Sirach 3 and 9, or 3, start at verse 8. You have become the nuisance. You have become the enemy of a man. That's why Micah 7:10 said that she that is my enemy shall see it. Because you become this man's enemy. The man got to leave the house and battle everything that the so-called white man snares and traps that he put out there in the world. He got to maneuver through like landmines just to make it back home to fight with another couple rounds with you. When you're supposed to be what? Woman's supposed to fatten a man's bones. Woman's supposed to bring comfort.
Supposed to be a comforter to a man.
Proverbs 31 woman. And you got women out there that have the audacity to believe that that's what they are.
Yeah.
When you're not.
Not an albatross around her man's neck, man.
You become this man's headache.
Yeah.
Not his medicine. His medicine is supposed to what? Medicine is supposed to heal him, relieve him. Yeah. We talking herbal medicine. Yeah. We talking herbs.
Oh, even sex.
You know,
a lot of these women withhold sex from their men. I've heard situations where it'd be a whole, dude in the house with his woman, and she got him sleeping on the couch, and he got to write letters to even get some type of feedback from her. She not even letting this man communicate with him. I heard situations like that. He got to actually write letters, and he's paying the bill. She ain't paying nothing, and he has to slip it under the door, just for her to actually, just to get a little bit of a play from him. And in most cases, she's cheating on that man.
Hey, Chris Rock in one of his latest stand-up comedies, he said you can no longer threaten a man taking away sex when you ain't giving them nothing to begin with. So you can't say, oh, you ain't getting no hate. I ain't been getting it. I ain't been getting the loving. You ain't been giving him the like Marvin Gaye said, the sexual healing. You ain't been giving him that.
Sexual healing.
You have not been providing that to this man, so you can't threaten by taking that from him.
All right, so Sirach 8:3-8. Honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them.
Right.
For the blessing of the father established the house
The
of...
father establishes a house. A house foundation is established by the roots of the man. That's why a man is the seed. Man carries the seed. The lineage comes through a man. The Most High set the whole foundation of life by the man. That's what he was given. The position was God-given. The Most High gave the man that position as the head. So he establishes the foundation through the man. Go ahead.
All right. For the blessing of the father established the houses of children, but the curse of the mother uprooted out foundations.
The curse of the mother roots out the foundation. Whatever rules, regulations, policies that a man bring forth in the house for the children, she's over there telling them they ain't got to do that. They run to her asking her for validation to do what they want to do. And she's so soft and weak, she'll give in to them. So he'll come home seeing the kids doing shit he told them they can't do. Then he say, didn't I tell you to do, you can't do this, or you can't play the game after this, or you on restriction? And he said, Mama said I can do it.
And as another point too, and that's why these little kids, man, I'll just say that these little children, they grow up to be wicked as hell. Because what? When you're a child, you learn mischief, man. You get wise in mischief, and you in most cases try to learn your parents. You learn your parents. You learn their soft side. You see what they stand for. You see what they don't stand for, and you try to work the web, man. All right, we all been children. We know how it goes, especially having a father and a mother. We all know that the father is the masculine one, but the mother is the soft side, and you know how to play on your mom's thoughts, because moms be simple, man. Just keeping it real. It ain't no disrespect. It's the truth. Moms, in most cases, be simple as hell. Moms get to a certain age and they just don't grow up. All right, that's why women need guidance from a child as well as men, up until men until a certain age. They, the spirit deals with them. But women need a guidance from the time they're born up until the time of their death, man.
Exactly. That's why they get the guidance from their father, and then their father gives them over to a man that he chooses. That's the way it's supposed to be.
I got another precept out here.
You got it. And then we're going to go back to Sirach 30.
All right. So Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Turning things upside down, like this brother was going into. Now, men, little boys, since women rooted out the foundations, Since women then turn to the government and getting assistance and putting the man out the house, they're left to be the man and the woman of the house.
Yeah.
They left to be both parents, and so they don't know how to teach a son how to be a man. So they teaches him what? The feminine ways, how to be sensitive, how to be emotional, and not to deal with logic.
Yeah.
And to be just like her. And then he
split
sees
in
the
the-
example of her. That's why these dudes out here get so emotional. Half the stuff that go down, like people get all these people out here getting into fights and shooting. Men doing this is because they're emotional.
Yeah.
They don't think with logic. Like they don't even think like, damn, if I pull this gun out on this dude, and blow this dude, I'm gonna get put away for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But all they know is to feed them that emotion.
Right.
The only thing that'll make them feel better is they do something to hurt that person. They don't know how to think logical, like, I'm gonna just walk away. This ain't even worth it.
Turn the other
This dude ain't touch me. You know, he running his mouth, now he gotta be macho. That's why the scripture said we read earlier, let not the man glory in his might.
Yeah.
Because real true strength is to be able to walk away.
And
I'm to be humble, but that pride get a hold of you. Why? Because that pride was installed in you by more than likely your mother, your grandmother, your aunties, your sisters. You seen that as a little boy growing up. That's what you saw.
And as a lot of these men, they don't know how to take accountability. That's a manly characteristic.
It is.
It's to take account. Because these different jakes, they be hugging these streets and stuff like that. They never step back and say, you know what? Maybe I just need to get up out of the streets, man, because it ain't nothing but wickedness that comes out of it. Maybe I'm the problem. Why does all this beef come to me?
Right.
You know, every time it's a conflict, you know, it's always me and the guys that's around me.
Bro,
I might be a cancer in the streets, man. Why don't I get myself together, re-examine my life, and take a step back and get up out of this lifestyle? Because obviously it's toxic. And I've been getting fought, I've been getting shot at constantly. People want to get rid of me. People want to get rid of me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I need to apologize, or maybe I just need to get up out of these streets and try a new style of life, because it's obviously not working for me.
Hey, Jake got so much feminine emotions on them. They don't understand that they didn't have about 6 dead homies this year, and don't realize. I'm talking about you so-called gang members and street niggas. You thugs.
Yeah.
All y'all,
Gang.
all your homies is dead. What's the common denominator of all your homeboys being dead, and then your future homeboys are gonna die, and possibly you die?
And if not, they're in prison.
The common or prison, which is a sort of a death
It's
sentence
dead.
in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, really dead.
The common denominator is you being in that lifestyle.
In that lifestyle. Death style.
That death style.
Mm-hmm.
You in that death style, putting yourself in that predicament when you don't have to be, but you're a follower.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that women teach. That's a follower is what? That's a woman characteristic as well.
Yeah.
Because what is a woman really truly designed to do? Follow their man. So they can only teach others how to be followers as they are supposed to be followers. A man teaches a young boy how to be a leader, how to man up to something. Fall on the ground at 5 years old and bust your knee and start crying. And you're not really crying so much because of the pain, but the shock of it. The man goes over there and tells you, hey boy, get up. You all right.
Shouldn't have been walking so fast.
Calm down, get yourself together.
Mm-hmm.
Stop all that goddamn crying. Like that manly aura and spirit is gonna come out of him into his son. But what if he's not there? What's gonna happen? He's crying, and all a woman knows how to do is to go and baby him.
And what you say,
Pick him
baby?
up, come here and kiss your wound or whatever the hell, and that's what stops him crying. Then he gets accustomed to that type of way, so he grows up not being tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like then you got the mothers knowing damn well they need to put this little boy in some boxing, put him on a football court or something, let him get knocked around, let him get on the basketball, let him put him in some type of sports, some type of physical activity, so he can do something with that testosterone that he has built up. That's gonna come instead of laying out, being lazy and not taking advantage of testosterone and the cortisone that's gonna run through his body when he gets adrenalated, when he gets active.
Yeah, you got to use that. You got to use your hormones, man. You got to use your emotions. It's, you know, the Lord built us and designed us to use it and filter it right through the right formats. And see, one thing about these households, which Esau, and I'm gonna get another precept, how Esau destroyed these households, because these women, mainly if it's a woman in that household, she raises the format for all children to be the same way. All children eat the same food. All children go through the same courses. And women do stuff that they like. So they're gonna take all these children to a fucking Disney World, man. Instead of, and we understand finances too. Jake doesn't have the finances to say, all right, I'm gonna make sure that you get something, be in a manly program. I'm gonna make sure that she's in a feminine program that can actually complement her and later on in life, you know, so that it could be a righteous skill unto her, whether it's cooking, cleaning. The scriptures speak about that. What's the word? How women gonna be basically dealing with flowers and dealing with cooking. I forget the term. It's even in the scriptures.
It's what a domesticated housewife is supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's a skill. That's a trade. You know, like ordering of the house, managing of the house. That's her design duty right there.
But see, these women will couple all the children up and say, let's just go to a park. And in most cases, these women be lazy as hell. They have multiple kids. If you got 4 or 5 kids, you ain't got the energy to really put into these children to be at their peak design. So what? They settle for they just want their children to shut up and be on. Just eat the Cheetos. Go to the fridge. Get the hot pocket. Throw it in the microwave. Make their own. Get your noodles. You can put your shrimp in the microwave and throw all that in the microwave, which is doing nothing but putting
no nutrition,
hella toxins in your body, and then they just be straight up couch potatoes.
Yeah, go get out my face. Go play your game.
Yeah, and go get on Fortnite.
Did you do your homework? Did you do your chores? All right, now get outside and don't come back in until the damn street lights is off. Come on. When I was a kid, man,
go get it in.
Got home, did your homework, you did your chores. And I was on my bike and I was at the park.
Yeah, you gotta get it.
I had after school programs for sports events and stuff, travel ball, all that stuff, man. You know?
Look, I got a little bit more.
You got it.
It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Right, which the Most High do have understanding. Is just the following of the so-called white man has changed everything upside down. In is out is in, up is down is up.
I'll get this last one. I'm going to go back. That's around 31. But you want to say some more?
No, you got it.
Psalms 82:5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Out of course, dealing with the so-called white man. He's put it this way. That's why you have women that's head of household. You have, I was flipping through the channels, and I seen, I believe her name is Juanita Bynum, and she's supposed to be a quote-unquote ordained minister, pastor, and the head of a ministry. But yet, she's supposed to be, the Holy Ghost supposed to be dealing with her, but yet, her name get dragged through the mud because her husband is out dealing with another woman. Why? Because you out doing what you ain't supposed to be doing, which the scriptures tell you that a woman's not supposed to teach. You're not supposed to teach the scriptures. You're not supposed to speak in the church. You are doing this, and you're not even tending to your womanly duties with your husband. Which ain't nothing wrong for this man go deal with. We know with the truth. If as long as he ain't committing adultery dealing with another man's woman, he can go deal with him a couple other women if he wanted to. But you ain't supposed. But you don't want to tend to what you're supposed to be with this man, and then you want to sit there and say, "Oh, the Most High gonna get me through this," you know, and coming up with excuses. Them church people knew, they saw straight through that madness. Like, no, you're not tending to this man. This man was showing up with supporting you, but yet when it comes to stuff that he needed to do, you wasn't there for him.
Yeah, you don't want to give him no ass. You're trying to lead the congregation and trying to teach men.
She out there manly looking ass anyway, man.
Yeah, that's the part of the
bulky ass. Man, but the thing is, that man, he loved her and he married her. He joined unto her. So you're supposed to have your responsibilities as him. You're supposed to do deliverance with this man.
Oh, did you read that scripture?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about her.
Oh, did she read that? Yeah.
Did you read that to do benevolence?
Yeah.
All right. It's especially in the Corinthians where it say a woman not supposed to teach, like you said. What's that? Sirach 31 and what?
31 and started 24.
All right, Sirach 31 and 24.
And we'll close on this.
But against him that is a niggard of his meat, the whole city shall murmur. Was this?
No, that's not. Definitely. It's Sirach 31 and 25.
Yeah. Sirach 31 and 25. Show not thy valiantness
in wine, for wine have destroyed many.
Wine which destroyed many. It's called spirits. You know, strong drink is called spirits. Because the spirits get on you. Go ahead.
Show not thy valiance in wine, for wine has destroyed many. The furnace proveth the edge by dipping. So doth the wine the hearts of the proud by drunkenness.
Right, because you get drunk, you get to drinking excessively drinking when you're supposed to be drinking in moderation. You don't know your own, you know, what you can handle. Excuse me, what you can handle.
Yeah, and you know, a real man know how to retain that oil in him, man, and know how to keep his scruples. Just being real.
That's
you
right.
know, you see these different these women. And let's go going back to the point. They'll drink. It's this case, and I just heard it. It was one of these celebrities. I think it was this little rap guy. Woman is accusing him of rape. She said that she was new to the area, and she was drinking White Claws and champagne. Next thing you know, she's blacked out. She said she's supposed to have had sex with the one guy, but then she just fell asleep, then woke up and it was another guy on top of her. Yada yada yada. So she just got this victim story. But the question is, why the hell you out drinking? She said she didn't know nothing about the city. Why are you out drinking like that, man?
Why you put yourself in that predicament?
And then see what the judge is gonna do. These judges are fools anyways. They just judge off a penal code. They'll look at the woman and they'll say she's the victim.
She's victimized. She's been victimized.
And that happened to so many of these celebrities. It doesn't make no sense, man.
But here's the thing: she's intoxicated. She can't even say that she didn't tell this man. Oh yeah, you can have me too.
The women, they do that.
Like the man is okay. My boy get in, or he like he's and she might have said yes. He might be the fourth dude.
Yeah.
You don't know that you said yeah to 4 different dudes. But now you saying, oh, I don't remember what the one. You don't know what you said.
And is that your first time getting pissy drunk? That was your first day, first time drinking some damn White Claws and champagne?
Right. You don't know your limit. You supposed to drink in your own tent, so you can figure out what your limit is.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, okay, you know what? I know what I drink, and I know what my limit is, so I won't exceed that.
Yep.
So you won't put yourself in that type of situation.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Wine is as good as life to a man if it be drunk moderately.
Right. As good as life because it makes men glad. It makes men happy. Men are merry when they drink, when they have it. You know, same thing with women. You know, but their systems are not designed to take as much as men do. But you got some of these women that they like freaking fishes.
Oh, they like
They're
Vikings,
drunks.
man.
They drink like a freaking fish.
You know, they'll kick back those double shots, those what they say, them Patron and those Jaeger bombs at the bar.
Yep.
And they just get to
drop
it.
the shot right in their drink.
And they throwing them, and then they'll wrap their arms around each other and stuff like that. Yeah,
they drink about 4 drinks from this dude pocket, see the dude across the room and go home with him.
And then I ain't talking about us particular, but you'll check your account the next day, and you be like, damn. And I ain't know I spent all that. Yeah, you damn sure did, man.
Yeah.
But it says,
you ran a running tab.
Hell yeah, that open tab.
That open tab.
I ain't know she could drink like that. Shit.
And then what, she on?
Hey, like Training Day, Denzel character. What was his name? Alonzo told Hoyt.
Yeah, Hoyt.
He said, woo, boy, you get thrown out. He said, didn't know you like to get wasted. No, what he say?
Wet.
Yeah, you like to get wet.
I ain't know you like to get wet. You was like, wait, what?
PCP. He's setting them up for the goal.
Yeah, set them up for the ugly.
That was his inexperience. Same thing with women. They have inexperience and they put themselves in predicaments and situations that they can't see forth getting themselves out of it because they can't see themselves getting what's coming.
Yeah.
They can't even oh, you know what? Let me ease back. Matter of fact, this is gonna be my last drink.
Yeah, and as a man too, us brothers in the faith, you know, Scripture speak about being sober minded. It doesn't mean that you can't drink. You could drink, but it's moderate. You drink to the point where your scruples is intact, to the point where you could use your circumspection. You know when it's bullshit. All right. If somebody tries you, because that's another thing. When you're drinking, you're in environments where everybody's drinking, and you got a lot of people that's off balance. They out of their spirit, they out of their body, and they just do little random stuff. So if somebody might push you or shove you or step on your toes and stuff like that, you still got your marbles and you got your faculty to the point where you don't punch them out. You don't.
Matter of fact, it's gonna say that.
Do something that could be liable to put you in a bad situation.
Yep. It's gonna go right into that.
Wine is as good as life to a man if it be drunk moderately. What life is then to a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad.
Right. Keep going.
Wine measurably drunk and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and truthfulness of the mind.
Right. It'll be to put you in a good spirit. You have a good time. You know. Go ahead.
But wine drunken with excess.
Excess, meaning more than your system should be intaking.
Process, yeah.
Go ahead.
Maketh bitterness of the mind.
Bitterness of the mind, meaning you sitting there drinking, you looking down the way. Man, this nigga think he all that. He got 3 chicks around him. He think he about to get these chicks. He think he the man. You getting to being bitter and jealous over this man over here. Because he what? He in the VIP section, or he got a crowd of women around him for whatever reason why these women are attracted to him for whatever reason. Yeah. You get to think them bitter thoughts of jealousy because you want to be in a position that he's in.
Yeah, and
you start coveting his situation.
One bad thing about wine and alcohol is it's a spirit. It really brings out your true aura. Because if you jealous over a man when you want to drink, really you got that jealousy. It's underlying. You already had it in you.
It's right behind your back. You can't see it. You don't know it's there, but it's sitting on your back.
But that joint activated right when you started getting those. Started getting them
some drinks open up that gateway, like you said. The spirits come right up to the front of the line.
Yeah.
Now you ain't the nice guy no more.
Yeah. That's that bitterness of the mind.
That's why they say, oh, he changed. I don't know. He was like, he got the drinking. You get to see who he really is. They get the true colors, right?
Yeah.
You got it.
With brawling and quarreling.
With brawling and quarreling. So bitterness of the mind brings forth brawling and quarreling.
Yeah.
Meaning you're going to get to arguing with people. You're going to start fighting with people.
A lot of people got put to death because they was drunk, man.
Yep.
And they didn't know what they was doing. You know, a lot of these different, you see it in these different cities. Because a lot of these jakes be toting their shit when they be going out, too. So you getting on that alcohol and getting that liquid courage and you bumping into the wrong nigga, you know, and you trying to push them. And you do certain things, hey, fuck you, man, you a bitch. You know, that's what Jake do in the world.
Because that pride comes up. Like,
next thing you know, Jake
talk to me like that.
Next thing you know, Jake pulling something out of the side and hitting you with that shit. I ain't talking about us, you know, just talking about really example. This is what happens out in the world. Yep. And that's why we have to be moderate. And if we know that we can't handle that drink like that, you really shouldn't be drinking like that. And,
exactly.
And even brothers, even in the faith, you really shouldn't push men to drink too.
Bro, keep drinking. Keep reading.
Drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend.
Until he offend. You get to talking so much shit because you ain't even paying attention to what you're talking, and you done offended a guy, not knowing this guy is not the one.
He ain't the one.
He ain't the one to play with. He ain't the one to be getting all his face and spitting while you talking because you can't go control your actions right now.
And he
about ready to cold cock you.
Like Jay said, I just got out. He just got out too.
He about to level you and you about to bust your head against the ground because you're gonna fall so hard. He's in the car driving off. By the time the police get in there to come check and the ambulance to see you, this dude's on the freeway.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
It diminisheth strength and maketh wounds.
Right, because you get weaker when you're intoxicated. You don't have that full strength like you would if you were when you're sober. Go ahead.
Yeah, alcohol crashes you. You have those hot points where you be all in it, but what does it do to it? It thins your blood.
Thins your blood.
You know, so your vigor, even though like with sex and things, you know, you do your thing when you want to drink, but really, you know, it crashes. Depending on what you drink, you know, it can crash.
Yeah, and the part about thinning your blood, that's why when you start bleeding, you leaking all over the place. Because you've been drinking and the blood is thin, that's gushing out of you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine, and despise him not in his mirth. Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging him to drink.
Press not upon him, urging him to drink. That's what you just said. Don't keep pushing the drink on him. You know? So you got to be responsible. A spiritual man judges all things. A spiritual man know, okay, you know what? You know, them dudes is over there, they getting that spirit is getting amped up over there. Maybe we need to break out of here. Maybe we need, you know, let's get out of here. You know, the situation, shit happens, man.
You gotta dodge.
You know? So with that, you got anything else? Okay, with that, we're going to say all praise, honor, and glory, and fear to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to apostles and elders, great millstone who rule our nation. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, start for salvation during these electrifying and exciting times. Shalom.
Shalom.